Well, hello and welcome to the sunny skies here in Sao Paulo. It's that time again, and we are here for a fantastic, sensational TV's very own broadcasted from Fargone Racing, the Fargone Racing Formula Friday series. I am here, Lindsay Muddle, in the commentary box, and no one alongside me here today, but we have the grid, we have the track, and it is going to be mayhem from here on out. Qualifying starts in 20 seconds time. And I'll tell you what, there's a little bit of a split pace in the grid. You can see that from P1 to P2 there being Nitro Nick and John Barabats is 1.1 seconds pretty much. And then Alex McEwen on race runs is 1.2 seconds back from Nitro Nick. But now qualifying is underway. And this is now where the eyes turn to the drivers and we look to qualifying. This is where the lap times will be found out, and what a track, what history this track holds inside the world of Formula One. You think to moments like the iconic 2008 final round of the season. This is a 2008 track model, and it just brings me right back to, is that Glock going slowly? It is. And Lewis Hamilton famously winning that world championship, which Felipe Massa is still in the courts about today. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, it's a bit of a joke, but just moments like that. Senna being stuck in, what was it, 5th gear? Or 6th gear in one of his races around Sao Paulo and still driving to the race victory. It's McEwen starting the session off with a bang. Quite literally throwing it into the wall at 150 kilometers an hour, probably, maybe faster. So we'll go to Nitro Nick in the Ferrari liveried Renault. As he kicks off the first time of the session. So, that's a lot of curb there for Nick, and that's going to make it interesting. That might have even been an invalidation there for Mr. Nitro, but we'll see how he goes throughout the rest of the lap. So heading down into towards the Interlagos, gets the car tipped in all the way to the outside curb. These curbs very, very big, and definitely unsettled the car quite significantly. Is now heading through Ferradura, just keeping the car double apexed in and braking in towards turn 8. Now down the hill through the long double apex left-hander turn 9. All the car wants to do through there is understeer, but then it hooks in, cuts in, and shoots you out towards Bico de Passo. And then you're on the throttle and right down the hill. A lot of drivers struggling with this corner. There's a lot of bumps throughout the course of that downhill left-hander, and we even saw Alex McEwen bin it there already, as now Nitro Nick heading up towards the line now. He did a 1:09 in practice. What's it going to be to kick off proceedings? It's a 1:10.250. Michael Seal currently making his way around the lap. Alex McEwen has just started a lap, so we'll go on board now with the Renault man as he makes his way through the Interlagos, now through turn 5, and now the run up towards turn 6 and turn 7. Use the AstroTurf on the entry, flick it in, down to 4th gear, tag the second apex, use all the track on the entry. A little bit of a lock up there on the inside for Alex McEwen as he now makes his way down through turn number 9 and then on the throttle again. And now Will Kirk goes up to the top. The captain making an appearance, a 1:09.905 at the top of the timing tower. And now Alex McEwen tips his way through the corner, powers out, and now he's making his way towards the line in the Renault. What's it going to be? It's a 1:09.905 to beat. What can Alex McEwen set to make his mark in this qualifying session? It's going to be a 1:09.355 to kick off proceedings, and there's time in that lap, I'll tell you what. As now, no, we're not going to look to Caleb Moore. Derek Horsfall at the moment on a lap in the McLaren. So we'll see what he can muster up at the moment. He's on a 1:12.3, but it's green sectors alight here at the moment for Derek as he's making his way into the final braking zone. And now up the hill, up the gears, all the way up towards 7th gear here in this McLaren. And what a stunner it is. I mean, I just love the shape of the McLaren more than the Renault. As across the line now, it's going to be a 12-0 for him. As Nitro Nick once again, not doing too badly for himself, heading towards the end of the lap is John Barabats. As he's making his way towards the line with a green sector, 2 purple mini sectors, and now heading through the third sector at 10.5 is his previous best lap time. Can he put himself up the timing tower as he crosses the line? No, he can't, but he is showing signs of life here in that McLaren, so he'll be looking to find time as now we go to Drew Loader in the Alpine livery here on this 05 car. It looks really, really strange. Obviously, so much heritage behind the Renault name in this Renault car. Fernando Alonso took out the title in 2005, and now we're looking at an Alpine liveried Renault, which just feels weird. But it does have one of the correct colours, to its credit. As now Drew Loader heading up towards the line in the Renault. What's it going to be? Oh, I thought he was a proper flyer. Anyway, Jack Ryder. He is on a proper flyer, I think. He is. 2 green sectors, and oh, he's gone. And that was a big moment there for Jack Ryder. The rear's just locking up, not playing kindly. As Nitro Nick has done a 109.4, so only a 10th shy of Alex McEwen at the moment. What about the captain? He's heading through the lap at the moment. It's not a push lap. He's gearing up for another one. Caleb Moore, according to the game, is off in the grandstands. So, a couple of people on laps at the moment. We'll go back to Alex McEwen. No. Barabats once again. We'll go with him. Sorry, I'm struggling to find anybody on a proper flying lap. Here in this qualifying session, there's 8 minutes 45 to go. Still a lot of laps to be had, as once again the offboard audio not playing, well, the onboard audio, sorry, not playing kindly. I don't know what it is about the offset, but it just does not have the same good audio that the offboard and the cockpit has. It's quite disappointing, to be entirely honest, because these cars just sound terrific. As Barabats across the line, does a 10-0, elevating himself, well, no, just improving his time here on the timing tower, as Alex McEwen is purple to the first sector here in the Volvo liveried machine. As, yeah, unfortunate there for Alex McEwen. And, yeah, a bit of a moment once again for Alex at that final sector, just drifting the car around, and it didn't quite work for him here. 7 minutes 15 to go, and mistakes still creeping in to the cockpit here of Alex McEwen, who sits on provisional pole, and that's his second time making a mistake at that corner. What about Will Kirk? He's just entering a push lap now. He's heading into the middle sector, so he's going to give this a proper push, and you can see the car sitting closer to the raggedy edge at the moment as he heads up in towards turn 6. Then the double apex through turn 7. A bit of a slide there. He's got this car on a rope. As apologies if I'm a bit not on my game tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I literally finished work a few minutes ago. So, been a long day. But Will Kirk at the moment, green to the middle sector, so he's up on his best lap time at the moment, which is a 9.9. He'll want to get closer to Nitro Nick as he makes his way up towards the line now in the Subaru liveried McLaren. What's it going to be here for Will Kirk? It's going to be a 9.8, putting him 4 tenths behind Nitro Nick at the moment. As what about John Singleton? He's making his way through the middle sector. Doesn't look like a representative lap. Damon Boost making his way up towards the line now, an 11.7 to beat. He does an 11.5, so it's improvement there for Damon Boost. As Alex McEwen gearing up for another lap here with 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in this qualifying session. And that was a reasonable first couple of corners there in the Renault, but just no improvement at the moment for him as he's making his way towards the Interlagos. Now into Ferradura. Just keep the car on a nice edge. Keep the car working. And it should hold on for him now as he heads down through turn 9. A little bit of a lock up there on the way in to the corner, and now Alex McEwen is making his way through a problem corner for him. He locked up here on his last effort. He doesn't lock up this time. He hooks it in, uses all the track on the exit, and now up towards the line. Is it going to be an improvement over a minute 9.355, or is he going to have to go again here with 4.5 minutes remaining? As he crosses the line, it's going to be a 1 minute 9.6, so it's not an improvement there for Alex McEwen. He'll go again here in this qualifying session. He's entering another push lap. Nitro Nick just making his way out onto the track at the moment. Jack Ryder, who sits in 3rd position at the moment, is making his way on towards a flying lap. The captain making his way towards the line now, but it doesn't look like he's going to improve at this stage as he heads up towards the line here in Sao Paulo. No, it's not going to be an improvement. He's starting a flying lap. What about Tobesire? No, nothing going for him at the moment. John Singleton currently starting a lap. Demon Boost once again making his way towards the line to start a lap in this qualifying session. Derek Horsfall at the moment on a lap, but I think that it might be his out lap. Just looking at the time splits is Drew Loater in the Alpine livery, currently making his way around the circuit. He's just started a lap. Alex McEwen, purple to the middle sector now as he makes his way up towards the line. What's he going to muster up here in the Renault? 2 purple mini sectors as well, and it's a 1 minute 9.0 with 3 minutes 20 to go. Nitro Nick is now under pressure as he begins a final flying lap. He's got 4/10 just under to find in this qualifying session to match Alex McEwen. Will that come to fruition for him here is the bigger question, as Alex McEwen's still going at the moment. He's coming back out. He thinks he can go quicker. Now, Nitro Nick really under the pump. He's going to have to find a significant amount of time here to make this work. And I'll tell you what, this lap is not doing it for him. Only a couple of green micro sectors. Other than that, it's no improvement for him at the moment. So heading through Bico de Pato. Just got to stay committed there. That's what he does. Early onto the throttle as well. Down the bumpy hill. And now that's purple to the middle sector. So that is a really good and quick middle sector there for Nitro Nick. Now what about the final sector? Is that going to follow suit? And how close is this going to get him to provisional pole position as he's up towards the line now in the Ferrari liveried car? It's going to be a 9.2, 9.1. And that puts him very close to Alex McEwen, but Alex McEwen is about to start a flyer, and you'd imagine this lap won't be a full push, the next lap will be, and he'll be gunning for an even bigger extension over his grasp on pole at the moment. What about Singleton? He's making his way towards the line. It's an improvement through the middle sector. It's a 1:11.1 to beat for him at the moment, and that's going to be a 1 minute 10.9. John Barabat currently going slowly, doing a burnout here with a minute and a half to go, and he's into the wall as well, so suboptimal there as Alex McEwen beginning another lap, but yeah, definitely not his push lap. Nitro Nick setting some green micro sectors around the circuit at the moment. He has time to find here in Sao Paulo, but can he find that time with only one more lap left in his session? It's purple to the middle sector, and it was a lot of green micro sectors for Nitro Nick. Is this going to be enough to topple Alex McEwen onto provisional pole. He'll have one more lap after this if it doesn't go his way in this lap here as he makes his way towards the line. It's going to be a 109.4 despite the purple middle sector, so he's got one more push lap in him here, as so does Alex McEwen, as we're going to go on board as he starts his final flying lap in this qualifying session. So here's Alex McEwen then, gearing up for a final flying lap here. He currently holds provisional pole position and he looks untouchable, but now he begins his final flying lap here in Sao Paulo. Into the center S, clip the curb on the left, clip the curb on the right, focus on the exit through Curva de Sol, and just hold it tight to the left-hand side. Now slowly drift out, and now heading down the Reta Aposta and in towards the Descida del Lago. Spot your braking point. It's the concrete on the right-hand side. Get the apex through the Descida del Lago. It's a bit of traffic there for Alex McEwen. Whether that's hindered him or not is a different story. Now into Ferradura. Send it in hot and then cut to second apex. It's a bit of a slide there for Alex McEwen on the limit now as he heads into turn 8. Bit of understeer. The car groaning on the front end as he heads through turn 9, and then the rear axle will complain on the exit. As now down the gears, second gear here in the Renault through Bico de Pato, and now down the hill. Just keep it completely foot to the floor, pinned, and now into the final braking zone. Hook it through, and now the run towards the line completely flat out. Just hold it tight to the left. It's a 109.093 to beat. Is it going to be an improvement here on his pole position lap here for Alex McEwen as he crosses the line? It's going to be a 1 minute 9.3, and it's not an improvement for Alex McEwen, as Nitro Nick currently on a lap, he pulls over to the side. Alex McEwen is not going to have to worry anymore. He has pole position unless Jack Ryder pulls out a miraculous final sector here, and he's ran wide, so he's definitely not going to be anywhere near it. And once he crosses the line, qualifying will be over. So Alex McEwen is your pole sitter here in Brazil, and that is a stellar lap to take pole for Alex McEwen, and you've got to imagine that sets the tone for the race. However, Nitro Nick definitely is going to be playing on his mind, because that gap is not small at all, and you've got to think that both of these drivers had a little bit of time in the tank that they're going to utilize come race time, even though they're going to be managing that little advantage of pace. That 2 or 3 tenths a lap just multiplies. 2 tenths, 2 tenths, 2 tenths. Soon you've got a second gap. So, yeah, as he returns to the pit lane to end qualifying, it's pole position for Alex McEwen. So qualifying is just ticking over. So your final qualifying order is Alex McEwen on pole from Nitro Nick, then Jack Ryder, then Will Kirk, then John Barabat, then Michael Seal, then John Singleton, then Dave Austin, then Demon Boost, then Derek Horsfall, then Drew Loater, then Caleb Moore is your final qualifier here in Sao Paulo. So we have a few minutes until we go to the grid for the 45-minute race here in Brazil. And it's going to be a fantastic one here tonight. I can guarantee you that here on Sensational TV. Apologies for missing Hockenheim, ladies and gentlemen, but when I committed to this series, I mean, it was always going to be a gamble. I can't make it every week because of work, and my co-commentators on Sensational TV can't either, but we cover when we can, we do what we can, but at the end of the day, sometimes it's just not meant to be. But we are here for Sao Paulo, and yeah, it's going to be a good one. Everybody at Fargone Racing putting on a good show as always, and yeah, it's going to be a fun one. So we are here on the grid in Sao Paulo and ready to go racing anytime now. So we'll have the minute or two before we get going, and then we'll be well and truly underway. So the lights should come up here soon in Sao Paulo, and it's Alex McEwen off of pole position from Nitro Nick on the first row. Then you have Ryder and Will Kirk. On your second row, then John Barabats and Michael Seal. As the 6 red lights come on here in Sao Paulo. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red lights here in Brazil. And we're underway for racing action. And Alex McEwen gets off to a good start, but Nitro Nick gets off to a flyer. There's a crash in the background. What has happened down the back? We need to know what has happened here. I have absolutely no clue. And now there's more carnage here at turn 1. That's a Renault bouncing up and down on top of Derek Horsfall. It's carnage here on the opening lap. And that was absolute pandemonium. It was Jack Ryder who was spun around off the line. And that was very, very big accidents here, as Will Kirk has a snap in the background as well. In third position, nearly ending his own race at turn 7. As there's another incident, it's Barabats and Demon Boost. They've had a tangling at turn 8 on the entry. They both go spinning around. And oh, that's a terrible rejoin there for John Barabats. He flies into the side of Derek Horsfall. That's complete and utter murder. Get Charles Bertoni on the phone. He needs to come and investigate. Barabats knows he's made a mistake, and he's trying to let Derek Horsfall come through. He slowed it up. Derek, I think, has said, just go, because they're not going quick. They're now back up to speed. Meanwhile, here comes Drew Loader in the slipstream of Dave. Oh, no! He's been flipped over! That's a huge accident! Here, entering the second lap of the Grand Prix. It's contact down the straight, and Dave Austin flipping upside down on the main straight, Mark Webber style. That was a huge crash here in the opening 2 laps of the Formula Fridays. It's been carnage and pandemonium alike, as now Derek Horsfall cut the track and Barabats is slow off of turn 2 again. Absolute carnage everywhere you look, and I think we do have a safety car. So Alex McEwen forming up here in Sao Paulo and letting everybody catch up. It is carnage. So I think we're going again as we come back up to speed here in the Formula Fridays. And oh, the captain's had a crash, and that is also Jack Ryder into the wall as well. Will Kirk has had a moment. Demon Boost has had a moment as well. It was also Caleb Moore who had contact with Will Kirk. He's slowing up. And Maddie, I would completely agree with you as you enter the chat. These drivers need a talking to, and they're slowed up again. It's a second safety car here in the opening 4 minutes of the race. It's great for fuel conservation, but these drivers cannot keep it out of each other. Here at the moment, this has been, I think, the most carnage I've ever seen in a race start in my short 16 years of living. This has been absolute carnage. So when will Alex McEwen take the field away again here as he heads up towards the line? He'll have control over the pace of the field and when he's going to go. So Will Kirk slowly sneaking his way back up the field here as well. As when does Alex McEwen get the green light to take us back underway once again? I think might be at the start of the next lap, but then again he took us mid-lap last time. As I think we're underway once again as we head in towards the Interlagos, and Drew Loader is down. Oh no! That's a huge accident! Singleton goes straight on with Demon Boost right off the restart. It's absolute carnage. Singleton has been absolutely wiped out, and that is absolutely dire here on the opening few laps. As now Horseful's off the road. Will Kirk dropped down. Now he's back up a place. Demon Boost is up past Caleb Moore, who's slow. I've never seen anything like this in my life. These drivers are absolutely going at it, murdering each other. Now Drew Loader's wide. This allows Jack Ryder to have the run here in the opening stage of this race. It's been 6 minutes with about half a lap of racing. As now here we go, Loader re-pressuring in towards turn 1 for 4th position. Into the center rest they go. Drew Loader late on the brakes. That's wide. It's a lock up from Ryder, and the captain is off the road and into the grass. That's also a car spun on the apex. It's Dave Austin stuck on the apex of turn 1. He's off the road, falling down the order behind even Caleb Moore off the back of the field. Now Drew Loader gets a terrible run through the Interlagos. Barabat says thank you very much. Sneaks back up the inside, but Loader has been quite elbows out here in this race. When is he going to attack once again here against Barabat? He's not going to have the chance. A big slide there on the entry to turn 8. These drivers are absolutely going at it. And it looks like an F125 open lobby, as that's the captain nearly flying into the back of Derek Horsful. Now he's on the outside line. He sweeps through and takes the place in a fantastic overtake. And oh, as Derek Horsful's off the road. Oh my, as now Demon Boost moves up. As now here comes Barabat on Jack Ryder. We know that Barabat has a bit of wheel-to-wheel prowess as they head into the center S. He doesn't lunge it down the inside. He's going to play it safe. Meanwhile, Drew Loader locking up in the background, trying to close back in. Just having a bit of a struggle at the moment as the captain arrives on the back of this train. Here with 38 minutes remaining. Nitro Nick has stayed with Alex McEwen at the moment. 7/10 that gap though, so he's got to continue pushing as Alex McEwen no longer having to be the safety car. I should have pulled out in the Abarth. I actually spoke about that with the drivers before the race. I said, should I pull out in the Abarth as the safety car? But I decided against. So Will Kirk is on the back of Drew Loader. Now, as we are 8 minutes into this race, or 7.5 minutes into this race, and now here we go, the captain on the back of Drew Loader in the slipstream. It's Renault versus McLaren as they drag, and oh, that's Will Kirk having to take off to the grass on the outside line, and now in towards turn number 1. He's going to try the outside line. He's going to get the move done as Loader nearly collects him. He has a snap of his own there with a rear locking there for Will Kirk. Now Drew Loader might have the opportunity to try this one back as they head down the Retta Aposta and in towards the Descida de Lago. No, he's not quite close enough. John Singleton slow at turn 1. Tobasai is going to check up, make sure he doesn't crash into him. So we'll stay with these two now. This could be an overtake in the making here for Dave Austin. No, not quite. As Barabat on the back of Jack Ryder, still just being patient, waiting to make a move as Drew Loater getting paced by the captain at the moment. The Alpine liveried Renault has been in quite a few incidents in this one. I don't even quite know how to call this one. I've lost my mind. I've had more voice cracks than days that have happened this month. And, oh my God, it's been a nightmare opener to this race. As we are 9 minutes into this one, and Nitro Nick sets the fastest lap of the race, as now Will Kirk is on the back of Jack Ryder, heading in towards the Center S. And now here we go, in the slipstream. He's closing, he pulls to the inside line. He's going to go down the inside, cut through, it's a lockup. Ryder tries it back on the outside now as they're going to go side by side, heading through Curva du Sol. And Will Kirk gets the move done, but it's not quite over yet. As here comes Jack Ryder, down the Retta Aposta, heading towards the Descida de Lago they go. Will Kirk late on the brakes, but backs out of it there. Just hits the brake a little bit heavier. Jack Ryder free to continue on in 5th position at the moment. The captain will want this back soon though. He'll want to attack here as we head in past, approaching 10 minutes into this race. And I'll tell you what, oh my God. These drivers are going to be struggling to get back into the rhythm. And I think any more racing could just add to the injury toll. Alex McEwen sets the fastest lap of the race, a 10th quicker than Nitro Nick on that lap. As now, here comes the captain, sizing up another move, but he's currently 5/10 back on Jack Ryder as they head in towards the Center S, so nothing doing for him at the moment. Meanwhile, Derek Horsfall is drag racing Demon Boost in towards turn number 1. Now Demon Boost swaps back to the inside line. He's on the inside of Derek Horsfall. He backs out of it. Horsfall's a little bit wide. Now Demon Boost can prioritise the exit, but he has a little bit of a understeery moment there, heading through the transition of turn 1 and turn 2, and loses out for the pleasure. Meanwhile, Will Kirk has dropped time here to Jack Ryder in significant fashion, as Jack Ryder sets the green first sector with a couple purple mini sectors lit into that one as well. He's flying at the moment. Setting the fast lap of the race again, as now here comes John Barabat, Michael Seal in his sights as they run towards turn number 1. He's only 2.5 tenths behind. Towards the braking zone they go. Who's going to be last on the brakes? Barabat holds the inside. He goes to the inside, gets the move done. A lock up on the apex, but he pulls up to the corner nicely. Will Michael Seal now fight this one back as they head through Curva du Sol and down the Retta Aposta. He's in the slipstream. He goes to the outside line. Barabat's forced to the inside as they head into the Descida de Lago. It's late on the brakes there from Barabat, but he pulls up to the corner. Now Jack Ryder arrives on the scene, but it's not done yet. Here comes Michael Seal with a great exit as they head into Ferragira, but he backs out of that one. Now here comes Jack Ryder heading in towards turn 8. He lunges to the inside. Can't quite brake late enough, but he causes a mistake there from Michael Seal. Now the captain sees an opportunity to lunge it up the inside. Bit of wheel rubbing there between the two of them. Jack Ryder lunging it in, trying to force a mistake from Michael Seal. Is opening the door here for Will Kirk, is showing the inside again, looking to make his claim inside the top 5. Will Kirk's gone. Oh no, it's Drew Loater and Will Kirk are gone here through this part of the lap. So Drew Loater has had an identical moment, but at a different corner here compared to the captain. Drew Loater was already having a mare. Will Kirk loses out 4 seconds. Meanwhile, here comes Jack Ryder on the inside of Michael Seal. Can't get the move done. Michael holding on for the moment as they head through turn number 3 now and onto the straight. This is going to be an opportunity now for Jack Ryder to try and go at it again. Meanwhile, John Singleton does a 111.6 and gets past Demon Boost here on this lap. Jack Ryder has gotten no, he was past Michael Seal. I think he overshot the corner because now he's right back behind him and with a significant time loss. And look at the pace of Will Kirk. Lost 4 seconds from a spin and he's already on the back of the fight once again. So, in all of the battling, all of the fighting, he's right there again as we're 14, not quite minutes into this race. And there's a lot of carnage, a lot of controversy, a lot of crashes, and a lot more racing left to be had. As Jack Ryder and Michael Seal are going at it again in towards turn 1. Seal this time has the inside line, but Ryder holds onto it with a deft touch on the brake pedal. It's a lock up there in the background from Will Kirk. Nothing doing at the moment for these three. Meanwhile, Caleb Moore and Dave Austin are having a bit of a fight here down the back in towards turn 1. Is Dave going to go back down the inside? No, he loses out and drops to last at the moment here in this one. Meanwhile, Will Kirk right on the back of Michael Seal in towards Pico de Pato. He tries to show the nose, has a snap instead. Now, that's a mistake from Michael Seal. This is going to allow Will Kirk to close in a little bit. And he's right there as we'll go on board with the McLaren, well, the Subaru. And now, in this slipstream, surely it's only a matter of time before Will Kirk goes sailing past here in these 05 cars. And he does sail on by, heading in towards turn number 1. Michael Seal is going to try and have a go once again, but Will Kirk later on the brakes. And there's no mistaking it there. That's a beautiful move there from Will Kirk. As now his goal will be to close back up to the back of Jack Ryder. As we're about 15.5 minutes into this race as Derek Horsfall loses out to John Singleton and Drew Loader comes into the pit lane. Oh, that's a spin for John Singleton heading through the Descida de Lago. He loses the car on the exit curb. And that is a huge moment there as Alex McEwen does a 109.9 in race conditions here in this 45-minute race, and that is unbelievable pace. Currently 4.2 seconds out the front compared to Nitro Nick. Will Kirk is close onto the back of Jack Ryder again. Very, very quickly here in the Subaru, and Jack Ryder will be feeling the pressure any moment now as he heads through Ferradura. As here we go then. Will Kirk right there, and it's a 9.8 from Alex McEwen. So here we go, the captain on the back of Ryder. And now he gets the exit. He's going to have the slipstream in towards the center S. Here we go. He's right underneath the rear wing. Hits the grass again on the outside. And that is Jack Ryder into the pit lane. And this battle done as now Will Kirk will have clean air. Well, I was going to say to close up to Barabats. No. Barabats has come into the pit lane as well as Drew Loader. Oh, no. Drew Loader claiming another victim here in this race. He spun at turn 1 and just rolled into the side of Will Kirk, absolutely claiming a life. And that is another incident to add to the list. He just spun, couldn't stop the car, slammed into the side of him, and Will Kirk's race has just been hindered again. while he's trying the overcut strategy, and the poor man just cannot catch a break. Speaking of not being able to catch a break, he's around again. The tyre's hot from turn 1. Just hasn't helped his case. He's gone again here in these 05 cars. And it's disaster for Will Kirk as Alex McEwen and Nitro Nick are in the pit lane. Yeah, that's unbelievable bad luck there for Will Kirk. And yeah, that's just a big slide. And just got a tank slapper on the way back through. Meanwhile, Barabats and Demon Boost are close together. So here comes Barabats on the back of Demon Boost. And Will Kirk has had another moment. And is that Glock position there? Is that Will Kirk going slowly? It is Will Kirk going slowly. And Jack Ryder, even after making a pit stop, is now back past the captain, who now surely pulls into the pit lane. Yes, he does. Meanwhile, Demon Boost gets overtaken by John Barabats. Now Jack Ryder will be trying to get past Demon Boost. But, oh, that's a big moment there. Too much curb for Jack Ryder as we're 20 minutes into this one. Oh my, there's been a lot of incidents. So Jack Ryder approaching the back of Demon Boost now after he's made his pit stop here in this one. Demon Boost a little bit wide there off the Bico de Pato. All of this will be noted by Jack as he's looking to find an opportunity to overtake. So here we go. Here's the move in the making. Here for Jack Ryder. He sweeps to the outside line and he's going to get the move done. Move back up into 4th position. The strategy has worked well here for Jack Ryder. And now he's on the back of John Barabat. So he's only got a couple of tenths to close before he can size up that overtake as well. Here with 24.5 minutes to go in this Fargone Racing Formula Fridays race here. This is round number 6 at Sao Paulo. It's delivered, to say the least, as now that's Barabats on the inside of Drew Loader at Ferradura. Now here comes Jack Ryder in the midst of this. Drew Loader has claimed many lives, but Jack Ryder is not one of them, at least not yet. And Jack Ryder moves up past here in the gap, 9 tenths now. As oh, he has a moment there. Does Jack Ryder? He's struggling at the moment to keep the car pointed in the right direction. It's just moaning and groaning surrounding his driving at the moment. As oh, that's a moment there for Jack Ryder, just as I was saying it. And he drops back behind Drew Loader, who is the lapped car, and now he's got to get back past him again. As in towards turn 1, he's just having a little bit of a struggle session at the moment. Is Jack Ryder currently sitting in 4th. He just needs to cool it. Barabats is long in the distance now, 3 seconds into the distance. So he just needs to keep a cool head. As that's late on the brake from Jack Ryder, and he gets past Drew Loader once again here at the Interlagos. Lapping him once again as well. That's a lock up there from Caleb Moore, and now Jack Ryder's down the inside to put a lap on him as well. As Demon Boost has lost a place here to Michael Seal because he's at a moment. He's had a spin at turn 6 and 7. And that is really unfortunate there. As oh, he has another moment. He's into the wall again. Demon Boost Day going from bad to worse as Dave Austin moves up into the top 6 here with 22 minutes remaining in this one. Derek Horsfall now closing down on him at the moment, as those two could have a battle soon. As Demon Boost just struggling to get the car around the corner at the moment with his hot rear tyres from the spinning, and you've got to imagine some damage as well. As Demon Boost does in fact pull into the pit lane. So the field now pretty elongated at this point, as Jack Ryder still seeking to close down John Barabats, as Drew Loader and Caleb Moore could be on for a battle soon here, as Drew's had a bit of a moment, as he is now going to be sizing up an overtake here as they prepare to battle it out for 11th here in the grid standings with 20 minutes to go. So this will be for on-track position, and Drew Loader eyeing it up as he closes in and closes in. It's Alpine liveried Renault versus Renault liveried